everyone, I'm Teacher Mingmin from Kangaroo Study. Today on our P3 Road to Math Olympiad, we are going to look at divisibility tests. Now, this topic has been tested very frequently in various Math Olympiad competitions. So let's dive right in. Now, this is a question from StatsMo 2023. So the four-digit even number 2458 is divisible by 3. Find the value of the digit 8. Now, this 2458 is a four-digit even number. So what does this mean? The question also gives us some answer options: 8, 8, 7, 4, 1, and none of the above. So the question says this is a four-digit even number. What do we know here? Very good. If you say that, oh, this is even, so it cannot be 7 and 1. You are perfectly correct. Good job. Now, we know that this is an even number, so A must also be even. Very good. So here we can cancel off B and D. Now we are only left with 8 and 1, which means that all we need to do is just to check 2458 and 2454, whether they are divisible by 3 or not. But then, this is a four-digit number, and if you want to check whether it is divisible by 3, you're going to need to do long division, and it's going to take some time. Now, is there a faster way? Of course there is. Today, we're going to learn about divisibility test. So, first, let's look at an example. Let's say I want to find whether 3258, whether this number is divisible by 3 or not. Then what should we do? Instead of doing the long division method, we can first look at what is the digit value of each digit here. First, what is the digit value of 3? Very good, it is 3000. So here, there's actually 3 1000s. Let's split it this way. Then, here we have 2. What is the digit value of 2? Very good, 200. So I can split it into 2 100s. Similarly, 5 I can split it into 5 tens, and 8 is just 8 ones. Okay, so now 3000 plus 200 plus 50 plus 8. So we split it into this way. So now I want to see whether this number is it divisible by 3. All I need to look is just 1000, 110, and 1. Is it divisible by 3? Well, now we know that all of these numbers are not divisible by 3. But for 1000, what is the nearest number that is divisible by 3? Exactly, it is 999. Similarly, for 100, it will be 99. For 10, it will be 9. So we can further split 1000 into 999. But then if I want to split 1000 into 999, what do I need to add? Yes, very good. I still need another one. So I can split 1000 into 999 and 1. So here I have 3 1000s. So I can split into how many 999? I can split into 3 999s and 3 ones. This way. Similarly, I have 2 100s. So I can split into 2 99s and 2 ones. And further, I can split 5. I can split this 10 into 9 and 1 as well. So I have 5 10s. So that is 5 9s and 5 ones. Now, again, the same question. Here, everything add up together will be 3258. So I want to check whether this number is divisible by 3 or not. So let's see. 999, is it divisible by 3? Yes, it is divisible by 3, which means that any number that multiplies by 999 will be divisible by 3. So where did this 3 come from? It comes from the digit value here, the thousands place, which means that any number in the thousands place will be divisible by 3 if we multiply by 999. So we don't need to look at this then. This is divisible by 3. Similarly, the same logic applies to 99 as well. Any number multiplied by 99 will be divisible by 3. And here this 2 comes from here. So any number at the 100 space will be multiplied by 99 will be divisible by 3. So we don't need to look at this. Same logic applies here. So now, which means that we don't need to look at all these numbers. We only need to look at the 3 times 1, 2 times 1, 5 times 1, which is the 3. Where did this 3 come from? Oh, it is the digit value of the thousands place. Where did this 2 come from? Hundreds. 5, the tens. And the 8 is the ones. And all I need to do is to check whether this number is it divisible by 3 plus this number plus. All of them plus together, whether they are divisible by 3 or not. So it's much more easier, which means that all I need to do is to check 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 8, whether it is divisible by 3, which is the sum of digits. It's so much easier now. I don't even have to go and do long division at all. Here, this is 4-digit numbers. But what if it's very long 10 plus digit numbers. I want to check whether it's divisible by 3. I can just add all the digits up, then check if whether this sum is it divisible by 3. And done! Amazing. So here, this is the divisibility test of 3. If the sum of digits they are divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. So let's check for this 3258. All we need to do is just add. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. Is 18 divisible by 3? Yes, which means that 3258 is divisible by 3. So now let's try to solve our problem. Haha. So now we know that, okay, 7 and 1 must not be our answers, which means we only need to just check 2458 and 2454. So how do we check? Very good, we just need to do the sum of digits. So just add them together. So 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 8 will be 19. Is 19 divisible by 3? No, 19 is not divisible by 3, which means that is 258 divisible by 3? It is not divisible by 3. So we can cancel off this answer. Now we are only left with C, which is wrong. But remember, we still need to check. Because here, if C is wrong, then the answer will be none of the above. So we still need to check. Remember, okay, so and it's very easy. You just need to add the sum of digits. So let's try. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 4 will be 10. 10 plus 5 will be 15. So is 15 divisible by 3? Yes, it is divisible by 3, which means that we know the answer will be 2454. This will be correct. Perfect. Now, this here, we are talking about the divisibility test for 3. Let's dive a little bit deeper and not just look at 3, but also its friend, the number 9, the divisibility test for 9. So what is the relationship of 3 and 9? Yes, 9 is 3 times of 3. So let's look at the divisibility test for 9. So here what we did here is the things that we did for just now that we are doing for divisibility test for 3. Here for 9 is actually very similar. First we see that 1110 and 1, none of them are divisible by 9. But the nearest number is 999, 99 and 9 respectively. So here, all we need to do is just check. See, 999 is divisible by 9, which means that any number here multiplied by 999 will be divisible by 9. Don't need to look. Again, 99 divisible by 9. So any number multiplied by 99 will be divisible by 9. Don't need to look. Similarly, don't need to look. Which means that all we need to do here is to check 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 8, whether it is divisible by 9. Isn't it the same as our divisibility test for 3? Yes. So here is the sum of digits is divisible by 9. Then the number is divisible by 9. So the divisibility test for 3 and 9, they are actually similar. Also taking sum of digits. It's just that for 3, we need to check whether it is divisible by 3. For 9, we need to check whether the sum of digits is divisible by 9. That's all. So this is the divisibility test for 3 and 9. Sum of digits. They are called the sum of digits gang. Now, let's look at 2 then. Now, I want to look at the divisibility test for 2. But first, I want to ask everyone a problem. Now, how do we know whether a number is a multiple of 2 or is divisible by 2? Yes, very good. We see that they are even numbers. Amazing, very good. Conceptually, it is correct. So, but how do we know whether a number is even number or not? Very good. Which position do we look at? Yeah, we look at the ones place. So this is correct. We determine a number is even or odd looking at the ones place. But why? Why do we do this? Why is it looking at the ones place? Then we know that it is even number and it is divisible by 2. So here we are going to look at why. Similarly, we are still going to look at the digit value of this number, 3,258. So again, split them down. But here we notice that 1,000, which is the digit value of the thousands place, here, can it be divisible by 2? Yes, which means that any number here, 1,000, 2,000, until 9,000, any number, they are actually divisible by 2. So we don't need to look at this number then, because any number is divisible by 2. Similarly, for 200, this 200 here, it is of 1,100. So 100, 200, 300 until 900. So which means that any number multiplied by this 100, is it divisible by 2? Yes, because 100 is divisible by 2. So, okay, we don't need to look. Similarly, 10 is divisible by 2. So, any number multiplied by it will still be divisible by 2. But here, is 1 divisible by 2? It is not. Which means that here, the only number we need to look at is the last digit, the ones place. This is why when we want to see a number, is it divisible by 2 or whether a number is even, we look at the ones place, the last digit. Okay, so here we learn something here. If the last digit is divisible by 2, then it is divisible by 2. Whole number is divisible by 2, which is even numbers. Okay, now let's look at the divisibility test for 4 then. Now the logic is also very similar. Now here, let's look at this 1000. Is it divisible by 4? Now maybe 1000 divisible by 4 is a little bit hard. Never mind, let's look at 100 then. Is 100 divisible by 4? Yes, 100 is divisible by 4. So, which means that any number multiplied by 100 will be divisible by 4, including 10. What is 10 times 100? 1000, exactly, which means that 1000 will be divisible by 4. So here, which means that any number multiplied by 1000, any number multiplied by 100 will still be divisible by 4. So don't need to look. But here, 10 is 10 divisible by 4. It is not. So it means that it's not short. You see, 5 times 9 is not divisible by 4. And here, 1 as well. Is 1 divisible by 4? Definitely not. So here we need to look at the last two digits, the tens and the ones place, if you want to see a number is divisible by 4 or not. So compared to the divisibility test of 2, we need to add another one digit here. Okay? So last two digits, it is divisible by 4. Then the number itself will be divisible by 4. So let's do a very quick summary here. So what is the sum of digit gang? Which one? Do the divisibility test for 3 and 9. Very good. So for 3 and 9, we just need to check the sum of digits, whether they are divisible by 3 or not. And then we can know the whole number is divisible by 3. Similarly for 9. So 3 sum of digits divided by 3 and 9 sum of digits divisible by 9. And for the last digits, it will be 2 and 4. For 2, do we look at the how many last how many digits? Very good. Just need to look at the last digits. What about for 4? Very good. You need to look at the last two digits, whether it is divisible by 4. Very good. So here are the very common divisibility tests that is tested in various mathematical competitions. 3, 9, 2, and 4. Remember, they are both almost very similar. Sum of digits, 3 and 9. Last digits, 2 and 4. Okay. So here is one question that you can try. It's also a question from SASMO 2020. Then you can try. Feel free to type your answers in the comment section down below. Now, here the video is at the end, and here is my WhatsApp number. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions. I will help you answer them. And here is our QR code for our 2026 P3 study group. Feel free to join. We'll send many education resources, seminars for GP as well. Many things. So I'm Jajamin on Kangaroo Study. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on our next video. Bye bye.